Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. The altercation between the executive arm of the government and the judiciary is one that I would like, if you ask me, to go on for a while. I know we have really sympathized with Koome. We have really condemned William Ruto for threatening and intimidating the judiciary. But on earth, everything under the sun has got advantages and disadvantages. And I know we have talked about how William Ruto is turning this country into anarchy, how we are going back to the Nyayo era, which is something that we cannot allow and people must rise up. But on the flip side, the advantage of William Ruto and Martha Koome altercation is one. We get to hear more of the things that were hidden from us. For example, it is now very clear that William Samoei Ruto bribed the judiciary. Those are not my words, but those are his words, and he has revealed them in no uncertain terms. I want to give you this video where William Ruto is expressing sort of his knowledge on just how corrupt the judiciary is. But before we get to that video, someone is asking, what could have informed the rivalry? All of a sudden, people who are enjoying a cordial relationship, what could have informed their rivalry? All of a sudden, Ruto is issuing threats, not once, not twice, but he maintains and he says that someone is out to sabotage his agenda. David Maraga, the former Chief Justice, the only man who stood firm against the pressure from the executive, whatever William Ruto is doing now, Maraga could have not entertained. So David Maraga was talking in one of the churches, Seventh-day Adventist Church, Lavington. That is where he worships. And I think he was advising some young professionals, especially those who are studying law and young lawyers. He told them that sometimes clients would want you to lie for them. And once you have lied to them, once you have taken up a case that you know very well is dishonest, then you become useless, you are a doormat to them. Just take a look.
You are told something is brought and you are told, can you sign here? You look at it, you know what that means, but you sign because you are getting your cut, isn't it? At times, some clients want you to lie for them. Want you to lie for them. They just buy you. You know, that's what it means. They buy you to do what they want. As soon as you do that, they have no regard for you. You're so cheap before them, they have very little regard for you. But if you refuse and stand firm, and there is a time comes later when they want somebody honest to perform some job, they will be the first ones coming to look for you. They're the first ones coming to look for you.
When I got those sentiments, I realized that that is exactly what is happening between William Ruto and Madam Martha Koome. Because William Ruto has told us that we have a corrupt judiciary. It means because William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta were declared by the same Supreme Court as winners in 2013 and 2017. And what William Ruto was telling us today is that there was a budget for bribery. That there was a kitty that was being used if if the executive wanted their case to be won in court, then they would go and bribe the judiciary or some judges. Just take a look.
Sasa mimi nataka niwaambie nyinyi ambao Mungu kotini mnataka kusimamisha hii kazi. Please, tafadhali, kuweni na utu. Kuweni na ubinadamu. Nyinyi mko na kazi. Watoto wenu wako na kazi. Hawa watoto wa mama mboga na mahasla hawana kazi. Na mimi ni wakili wao. Na mimi siwezi kuongana kotini. Badala ya kuongana kotini, tutamaliza ufisadi kotini. Nyinyi mnanielewa? Ati kuna watu wengine wananiambia ati kwa sababu ile serikali ilipita ati walikuwa na budget ya kuongana kotini. Ati mimi niende nitengeneze budget ya kuongana kotini. Mnataka ati pesa yenu itumike ati kuongana kotini? Hiyo kazi haiwezi bwana, haiwezekani. Hakuna budget itatengenezwa ya kuhonga mtu yoyote kotini. Badala ya kuungana kotini, sisi tutamaliza ufisadi kotini. Kwa sababu kotini is supposed to serve the people of Kenya. Mahakama ni wafanyikazi wa wananchi wa taifa letu la Kenya. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Na kwa sababu wako na madharau, kwa sababu wanasema wao wako na pesa ati ya kununua wakili, ati wako na pesa ya kuhongana kotini. Mimi nataka niwaambie hawa, kama hawa hawana, nyinyi mko na pesa ya kununua wakili? Mko na pesa ya kuhongana kotini? Sasa wasikie, mimi nimepatiwa nafasi na hawa wananchi wa Kenya. Mimi ndio wakili wao, na nitasimama na wao mpaka kila mtoto wa mama mboga wa hasla apate ajira. Whatever it takes.
What this means, ladies and gentlemen, because you know William Ruto was the deputy president, and the entire Kenya Kwanza team today, if he says that there was a budget for bribe, then look at Kimani Chungwa, who was the head of budget committee in the National Assembly. For every budget, whether the real one or clandestine one, Kimani Chungwa was part and parcel of it. We have Eden Duale, who was the majority leader, very powerful then, warning everyone who would want to be against them politically. And William Ruto has always confirmed that they were together, especially in the first term. And so, if a crocodile tells you that the hippopotamus is sick, you better take the word seriously. So William Ruto is confirming that they had a budget with Uhuru Kenyatta in that government where they used to bribe the judiciary. The only thing I don't understand is how the judiciary later came to ignore them, because the judiciary ruled against them in the Supreme Court judge on BBI, and this is as a result of the same government that is accusing when Uhuru Kenyatta denied them some funds and William Ruto promised them to replenish their account. Uhuru Kenyatta himself had indicated that he didn't want to appoint certain judges in the Lands and Environment Court, Labor and Relations Court, and the Appellate Court. And he cited that through intelligence report, some judges were corrupt. William Ruto took advantage of that and accused Uhuru Kenyatta as a man who did not want the progress of the judiciary. When he came to power, he appointed the judges. The judges that Uhuru Kenyatta had said were corrupt. Now he's coming back to claim and cry foul that the judiciary is corrupt. So who was right? The point is, William Ruto has confirmed that they bribed the judiciary. And as Maraga puts it, once you have been bribed, it is only for a moment and they will praise you, then you become useless in front of them. Madam Koome and the entire judiciary is useless. It was a used and dump kind of relationship. Once you have had your way, they become enemies, because Madam Koome, for example, if ever they took some bribe, cannot come out and say tulipewa milioni, tulipewa bilioni. I remember Ahmed Nasir has always come out and said that there were allegations that some judges were bribed. In 2017, there were claims that judges shared about, I don't know, 300 million Kenya shillings. In 2022 case, we were told that there were some 6 billion shillings that were shared among the judges. Even in 2013, there was some money that was supposed to, supposed to be used for a rerun or something. Allegations were that the Supreme Court judges were given this to share. But I say those are allegations. But there are allegations that are being corroborated by William Samoei Ruto. You can't keep on talking about a corrupt judiciary, not once, not twice, not thrice, and you say that there was a budget, a kitty meant for the judges, and you are part and parcel of that government. William Ruto tells us that watu wengine wananiambia, watu wengine gani? Because if there were people who are in that government, William Ruto is now the senior most person who was in that government. He was the deputy. Now that Uhuru is gone, he becomes the senior most person who was in that government. together with the people I've mentioned, Kimani Chungwa, Eden Duale, people like Ndindi Njoro, they were all there. So all along, we didn't have a judiciary. We had a judiciary that was being bribed. And I know this could also be used to malign the Uhuru regime, because William Ruto has always behaved as if he was not part and parcel of that regime. Anajitenga. Kwa yale mazuri ambayo yalitendeka, he is part of it. Yale mabaya ambayo anaona ni kana kwamba Wakenya watakosoa, yeye anajitenga. Hakuwa anasema I was pushed to the periphery. It is another kind of blame game. He does not want to accept that I'm the one who bribed them in 2022, but he's saying in the previous regime. Because William Ruto is a very cunning politician. Once he comes up with such allegations, he knows very well the victims cannot come and say, Mimi nilipewa bribe. And that is why I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, that the more these altercations move on, the more it goes on, the more we will get to know things that we didn't know. The more this continues, the more we'll know some revelations that were not there before. I don't know what to think, but that is my take.